Hey, it's Rachel. I decided I would do a little like kind of a vlog thing, but also like a Lego vlog. So I got this at Walmart. This is my first Lego in years. I got it at Walmart. It was, I think, $69. And yeah, so I thought I would just kind of build it and do a little vlog type thing. Sorry if you see Tetra walking around in the background. That's my dog. Also sorry if she boofs. She just boofed a second ago. The landscapers are here today, so she's not about it. But yeah, so I thought I would build this and like just chat. I don't know. And hopefully all the plastic noises aren't like the worst. Hopefully I can talk over them. But yeah, so I haven't had Legos since I was probably like, under 10. Yeah, not since I was under 10, and they weren't even small Legos like this. They were the kind of bigger ones, because I was a child and my parents didn't want me to eat the Legos, as parents do. But so I decided to get some, because I recently watched some of Jack Patillo's videos from Twitch that are on his YouTube, where he was building the giant like $700 Millennium Falcon Lego kit. And Jack is from Achievement Hunter, if you haven't heard of them on YouTube. I'm a fan of their work. They do Let's Plays, whatever. But yeah, so I was watching some of Jack's videos where he was building the giant one. I was like, man, I want to get back into Legos. So, but I'm not gonna like go out and buy a $700 Lego right away. So I thought I would get something small first, and then go from there. So yeah, and then I also over here have like, like the YouTube get to know me tag or whatever. I wrote down some questions from it, I guess. I didn't do all of them because some of them were like kind of goofy, if I'm being honest. Oh, what's this? Look at this little box. This is cute. What is this? All right. Let's see. Oh, they're like little Lego Man capes, I think. Yeah, those are so cute. I don't know if you can see that, but okay, 2 tiny Lego Man capes. Because this comes with, so this is from the new movie. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's the new Solo guy. So it's got him and then like just a guy. Yeah, Han Solo, Tobias Beckett. Oh, who is that guy played by in the movie? I saw Solo. I was nervous about seeing it because like a lot of the reviews were, I don't know, everyone was saying it was going to be bad and everything, and it didn't sound promising. But I went and saw it. I actually really, really liked it. Because there was like there were the fears that I don't know who the guy is who played Han Solo, but there were the fears that he wasn't going to be very good. Like I heard that he was not a good actor. But I guess we were all wrong, thankfully. So yeah, I saw it and I really liked it. I really thought that the guy who played Han Solo made the role his own if you know what I mean. And I had expected that I would like, what's his name? Donald Glover. I had expected that he would steal the show, but he really didn't. Oh shoot. He really didn't, and I'm glad, honestly. I'm missing the hat for this guy. I don't know, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. So we got this. Also, I mean, so I got this at Walmart, and there were other little Star Wars kits, but they were like tiny thingies. There was one that was like, build the little hut where Yoda trained Luke back in the old ones. It was like really small. And I'm ridiculous, and I was like, no, I don't want a small one. So here we are. It's I don't know if I mentioned, it's how many pieces? 519. So I don't know, it's kind of a lot. I think the giant Millennium Falcon one is like 7,000 pieces or something. So yeah. Anyways, back to the get to know me questions. I thought I would do those just because, I don't know, why not? But like only some of them, because some other ones were like weird. So, let's see. What is your favorite color? Who was your best friend? How tall are you? The wording of who was your best friend is kind of creepy. Is that just me? It's like, you killed them, they're dead. But no. So what is your favorite color? I like black, even though I'm actually wearing white today. It's pretty funny. But I like a lot of black. I like, and then I like blue, light blue. And then I like Halloween colors a lot. My husband Garrett has been playing this like what's it called, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, whatever, and the other night he was like, what colors should I make this roller coaster? And I was like, ooh, like maybe black and orange, and he was like, you with your Halloween colors. But I don't know, I really like Halloween. I saw a thing on Twitter the other day where it was like that bird meme where the one bird is just talking and then the other bird's like yelling about Halloween, and that's how I feel. But also, I mean, I'm excited for Halloween because I'm finally gonna be back in Arizona for Halloween. I'm from Arizona, but I guess we're just gonna ignore the get to know me questions. I can't like follow one train of thought. But anyways, okay. So I'm from Arizona. I was born and raised there, and so was my husband. We've been living in Georgia since like 2014. Because Garrett's in the Army and he got stationed here. So yeah, we've been living here and it's been cool, whatever. I mean, I say it's been cool, but has it really been cool? No. But whatever. So Garrett's gonna get out of the Army here in like less than 2 months now. So yeah, we're gonna finally be back home for Halloween, and I'm really stoked because I'm kind of like, I don't know, I really like throwing parties. Not like house parties or anything, like a college rager or whatever. But like, but then also not like your mom's like dinner parties. Do you know what I mean? Like I like to make some good food and like put up all of the Halloween decorations and then like have friends over and like whatever, hang out, play video games, watch like a shitty movie, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being back. Because, you know, that's just where we're from. All of our family lives back in Arizona, and most of our friends, we don't have too many friends who like, you know, like the second you graduate high school, you like up and leave, like get the fuck out. I only knew a couple people who did that. And of course, I mean, we're not really in touch anymore, but you know, whatever. I'm losing track. But anyways, who was your best friend? That's creepy. I don't know. I have several best friends, I guess. I don't subscribe to the, like, I have one and everyone else is inferior. But I guess I'll, like, shout them out if they're watching, you know. Megan, Kristen, and Kelsey are, like, my girlfriends back home. And then, like, I mean, my husband Garrett, obviously. And then we have, like, a group of guys who are all, like, we're all super tight, you know. Matt and Esteban and Tyke, Colby, Cheyenne, Nick, all of them. Super good guys. I'm excited to be back and, like, spend more time with them. Actually, like, shortly after I get back, Matt and I are going to see Coheed and Cambria in concert, and that's going to be pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited. I actually, like, so Coheed and Cambria has been around for a minute, you know, I think since the 90s. But I got into them fairly recently, partially because I'm a fan of Game Grumps, and they had Claudio on Game Grumps, and he was a cool dude, and I was like, oh, I should check out, you know, I was like, I'll check out this guy's stuff, whatever, because I feel like part of, I don't know, it's like on the one hand, I don't keep track of people in bands sometimes, but then on the other hand, when I do keep track of, like, people who are, like, a really good dude, it's like, this guy's a really good dude. So I also like his music just because I know he's a good dude. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna have to, like, cut 2 videos together now because my aunt called me. And I don't know how to make my phone not fucking do that, because I just record with my iPhone in case anyone was wondering, because I don't know. Have you ever, I feel like a lot of people want to make like YouTube videos, but I feel like a lot of people end up, like, subscribing to this weird pressure of, like, oh, you need to have a camera and you need to whatever, you need to buy like a $500 camera, and then you need to, like, have, like, the good ass editing software, whatever, all that. But, like, I don't know, man, you know, it's like, if no not to sound, like, negative, but it's like, if no one ever watches my shit, like, why would I buy a super expensive camera, you know? Because I'm just kind of doing this for the hell of it right now. So I guess we're ready. It's hard because you gotta, like, keep track of, so, like, I remember, like, Jack specifically saying in his video, it's like you have to pay attention to the colors of the pieces, because, like, the light gray and the dark gray and the black, they're all similar. Anywho, we're starting. I sorted all of the pieces for the bag one. There's 4. There's 2 that say 3. There was 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 bags of parts, in case anyone's, I don't know, in case you're following along at home, haha. Anywho. Yeah, so I was talking about seeing Coheed and Cambria. I'm stoked for that. I'm seeing them in Arizona. So if you are watching and somehow, like, don't actually know me in real life, but you do live in Arizona, shout out, I'll see you there. So anyways, how tall am I? I'm 5'6". I'm normal sized. Pretty boring question. Cats or dogs? I like both, except I have a dog. You know, yeah, I like both. My siblings, like my sisters and brother, have a cat with my dad. His name is Jude, and he's really cute. But he's also like, I don't know, he's a little bit of an asshole. Lauren, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but this is your wake-up call. Your cat's a little bit of an asshole. But I mean, hey, it's okay. But yeah, I like both. The thing is, I've had more bad experiences with cats, if I'm being honest. God, what is this? Dog hair everywhere in my life. Yeah, I've had more bad experiences with cats than dogs. But they're both cool. Whatever. Funniest moment throughout school. That's too broad. I've been out of, I guess I could consider college, but I've been out of high school too long to remember most of it. Do you know what I mean? So I graduated from high school back in 2013, in case anyone's wondering. So it's been a hot minute. It's been 5 years. But I don't know. So I did technical theater in high school, like stage crew, and that was really cool. If there was a specific thing to pinpoint fun things happening at, it would probably be that, just because that's where I spent most of my time, frankly. But yeah, met cool people, did cool stuff, and then I also did lights. I did do lights, but I did stage crew a little bit in community college, but then I quit community college and moved here to Georgia. So I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have a funniest moment story. I don't know. How many countries have you visited? None. I really want to travel though. That's just something that has always been an interest of mine. I would love to, see the world. And then the next question is, are you in college? Yes, I'm in college. So I would really like to see the world, in particular, because I'm majoring in East Asia studies, it's Bachelor in Asian Studies, parentheses, East, whatever. Because there's either East Asia or South Asia or Southeast Asia. So I'm doing East Asia. But yeah, I would love to travel both for study abroad and just for pleasure, just to have a good time. Because I have done a fair bit of traveling just in the United States. So we were just out of town the other day, a couple days ago. So I could talk about that, I guess. Me and Garrett went up to, sorry, it's hard to talk and then also follow directions. I'm sure I'm gonna mess something up, but that's okay. Anyways, so we drove up from here in Georgia to Richmond, Virginia, which took about 7 hours. It's a 7-hour drive. So we drove up there, stayed in an Airbnb, and then we went to Black Rabbit Tattoo in Richmond, which is a all-female artists tattoo shop. So we went there. Where's that piece? Okay. Because I had been following them on Instagram for quite a while. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, so I had been following their shop on Instagram for a good while. And I really wanted to get something from them, just for the sake of sorry, what's happening here? Am I doing this? Okay. Just because, I don't know. So I have a few tattoos now. I have 6, I think, yeah. I'm kind of the type of person, I'm kind of the type of tattooed person where I'm like, my tattoos don't necessarily have like a deep meaning. I just really appreciate the art of tattooing. And then like there's just certain artists where it's like, oh, I'd love to be tattooed by them one day, just because they're really talented. So yeah, we went there specifically because I had wanted to go there, and it was super cool. We both got tattoos, me and my husband. It was only Garrett's second tattoo, but he sat like a champ. And then yeah, it was my 6th, so we did that. And then my Garrett has never been to Washington DC before, and it's only like 2 hours further north from Richmond. So then we drove up to DC, and then stayed the night, and then the next day like spent the whole day in DC, which was a ton of fun. Probably like one of the coolest parts, honestly, was like our Airbnb host left us these bike passes, and there's like this bike share company in Washington DC where you had like a little plastic keychain thingy. She left us 2 of them, and then you go to one of the bike stations and like plug it in and then get the bike out, and it's free for the first 30 minutes. So excuse me. So like if you take a bike out, as long as you turn it back into another one within 30 minutes, it's free, which is cool because like that's the whole point of bike sharing, is like not to hog the bike. And then there was like an app that I downloaded where you could like see the map of where all of the stops were and check how many bikes there were there before you actually got there. So honestly, like, so seeing all the stuff was cool. It was my 2nd time being in Washington DC. Actually, I've been there. My aunt took me there for my high school graduation, and that was like a whole, couple of days trip. But yeah, so Garrett and I just recently spent just a day there, like seeing as much as we could in a day, which like was a decent amount, but not too much, because we kind of forgot that like all of the museums and stuff basically close at 5 p.m. So once 5 p.m. hit, it was kind of like, oh, I guess we're done for the day. Other than we rode our bikes. The first time I went to DC, I didn't see the White House, but this time I was like, oh, I'd like to see it, just, I don't know, for the sake of seeing it in person and knowing what it looks like in person. I don't know. So we rode our bikes to the White House, like after everything was closed, and that was pretty cool. It was interesting because there was like surprisingly a lot of people there, but it's not like there was a protest or anything. There was just kind of like people. Also real quick, like I have finished this first part. I'm on step 20 now. So I finished this piece and now I'm doing other stuff. Oh, okay, I'm still building on it. I thought I was starting a new piece. Anyways, so yeah, there were like a fair amount of, I'm building 4 of these. There were a fair amount of people there, but not like protesting necessarily, just kind of there. There was like a dude in one of those like rubbery Trump masks and like a suit. And I didn't see what he was doing exactly, like if he was like doing a bit or if he was just kind of there, because he was standing on like a little platform thingy, and I think it said like "Make America Fun Again." I don't know. And then there was one guy there that I saw who I think was like camping out. Like he had a tent on the sidewalk and then like signs and stuff. Like he was protesting, but otherwise, it seemed like, what am I doing? Otherwise, it seemed like everyone there was just kind of like there to see it and like take a picture in front of it and stuff. So I don't know. It was interesting to see. It's funny because it's like, it's certainly like big compared to a normal person's house. the White House, but compared to all the other buildings in DC, it's really not that big. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So, stay hydrated. So we went to the Natural History Museum and we went to the Air and Space Museum, which I went to. I had been to the Natural History one before, but not the Air and Space Museum. Garrett is really into planes and space, so we went there, and it was really cool that he just like knew the names of stuff without like seeing the sign, you know, and then like knew about things. I don't know. It was cool. And then, sorry, I'm building like 4 of the same thing, and they're kind of confusing. They're starting to get into these like complicated parts that have like little pieces that like, I think there's going to be moving parts, so that's a little bit terrifying, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, okay, get to know me things. Favorite / worst subject in high school. What was your favorite subject and what was your worst subject? So frankly, like I'm one of those people where you graduate high school and you're like, bye bitch, and like don't miss it. Because there was plenty of my graduating class who were like being kind of sappy and like weepy about graduation, when I was just like, see ya. Anyways, okay, so favorite and worst subject in high school. Yeah, so I was one of the people who was like whatever by high school, because it was just like kind of whatever. I went to a high school that the majority of the whole damn school was Mormon, and I'm not Mormon, so I just kind of didn't fit in. But anyways, so I guess my favorite subject, kind of like I mentioned earlier, my favorite subject in high school was technical theater. It was just called stagecraft, or like stage crew. Those are all interchangeable, pretty much. So stage crew was my favorite, which is like, you could argue that that's not like math, English, whatever. It's not a subject, but I don't care. So that was my favorite for sure. Like, it's certainly where I made some good friends, and I don't know, like I was thinking about it recently. I'm majoring in East Asia Studies, right? But part of me still wants to do the whole theater thing. I don't know. I haven't really decided, but we'll see, you know. Oh, is that right? Or no? Sorry. So that was my favorite. Also kind of tied with stained glass. I don't know if that's like weird. I don't know if very many high schools have that, but my high school had stained glass. And there was a beginning class, an intermediate class, and then once I did those 2, I just like signed up to be the teacher's student aide for a semester, so that I could technically have it for 3 semesters because I liked it that much. And I still really love it. I actually recently bought a glass grinder. So I'm hoping to start doing that again soon. I just like haven't really invested much else into it because we're moving so soon. Like, you know, I'm not gonna buy like glass, like pieces of glass before I'm gonna move, because they'll break. In fact, I do still, I have this like mess behind me, which I'm sorry, it's cause we're moving soon, but I do still have, some glass from like, whatever, you know, what do you want to call it? Like the good old days. Just kind of waiting around for me to use it. And I imagine that some of it will break, but I accept that. Where's this one going? Oh, I see. Anyways, and then, okay, so worst subject. I wasn't so I don't want to sound like cocky or whatever, but I wasn't bad at anything in high school. Like if I had tried harder, if I had given a shit, I probably could have been like, you know, one of those like top of the class kids. But like that senioritis hit me hard, and I just didn't really care anymore. I think it was partially because I feel like I've seen that stuff on Twitter where people have had a similar experience where you're like one of the gifted kids in elementary school and stuff, and it's like, oh, like you're so smart and everything is easy for you, and then the second that like maybe things aren't so easy, then your brain is like, I don't know how to fucking do this, you know. So long story short, worst subject, I don't know, I guess I enjoyed, the sad thing is I guess I enjoyed science the least, just because I never really had interesting teachers who like made it fun, you know, because that's the thing. I feel like the teachers make or break your experience with any subject. So yeah, I didn't really like science as much, but I do as an adult appreciate science. Like I like a good science documentary, you know, like a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing, like on Netflix or whatever. But anyways, favorite drink. I feel like this could be like alcoholic or not, depending on your age. So I don't know. I definitely am like one of those people who has like an iced coffee problem, right? But otherwise, I do really like margaritas. Margaritas are really good. I finally learned how to like, how to make margaritas like at home, and that's been pretty awesome, pretty bomb. Favorite animal, tea or coffee, favorite book. Okay, I don't think I have a favorite animal. I don't know if it's like I'm too old and like have stopped thinking about stuff like that, but I don't think I have one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Tea or coffee? I prefer coffee. I wish I liked tea more because I know that it's really good for you and whatever, but I don't know. I can't get into it. Oh wait, are we done? Wait, what are these? I definitely missed something because there's like 2 of these pieces that didn't go somewhere. Otherwise, all of these extras make sense. There's like 1 extra little red thing and a black thing and okay, hold on, let's go back.
Hi, sweetie. I'll give you some tips before I go.
Knock everything over, Tetra.
She plans to. I know.
Oh.
I know.
I love her little like paws. How she,
Whoop.
like,
Yeah.
holds on.
Oh. Hi. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, hey, we're back. So we're back. We're doing bag 2. I went back and found the 2 pieces that I missed. So we are moving on. Oh gosh. So anyway, tea or coffee? I think I already said coffee. Favorite book? So I don't know. I really like to read, but I don't know that I have a favorite, like one favorite book. I honestly think that my favorite book is just whatever I happen to be reading at the time. So right now I'm reading the Game of Thrones series, Song of Ice and Fire series, if you want to get technical about it. I'm on the final book right now, so I'm like getting nervous because I know that there's no more books and Guillermo del Toro is taking his similar scruffy old dudes who make content, not Guillermo del Toro, George R.R. Martin. I know that he's not he's working on the next book so slow. So I'm a little bit reluctant to finish the book. However, I also feel like once I finish it, I'm probably just gonna go straight back to the first one and reread them, just because of how much detail there is in the books and how it's very easy to like forget who characters are, because characters will disappear and then resurface under a different... Stop it! You're disgusting. You're probably in the frame. I'm sorry. Anyways, so I suppose that right now my favorite is the Game of Thrones books. I'm probably, I might sound like a crazy person, but I have not watched the show. I have not watched the show Game of Thrones. And it's not like the only reason that I haven't watched it is purely because because I'm reading the books. Also, like we don't have HBO or cable or anything here in Georgia. We just never bothered. Stop, Petra. We never bothered to get cable because it's kind of expensive. So we just like have Netflix and like watch YouTube. So anyways, I have not watched Game of Thrones because my plan has been to read the books and then watch the show, just because I wanted to do it that way. And if you have watched the show but you haven't read the books, I would honestly really, really recommend the books, because from my understanding, there's differences for sure, not huge differences in the beginning. I know that now the show has been going on long past where the books left off, but I think the show covers some things differently than the book, because I had this one time where a friend and I were trying to talk about Game of Thrones together, except she was watching it and I was reading it, but we knew that we were kind of in a similar place plot-wise. So we had to I don't remember exactly what we did, but we almost had to do this game of carefully trying to figure out where we were without spoiling things for each other, which was pretty funny. So, but we learned, by talking to her, I learned that the show and the book handle some things very differently. Because we were, like I said, we were at roughly the same place. And she was like, oh, and pardon me if I say characters' names wrong, because I haven't heard some of them out loud since I haven't seen the show. But, is that you? You crying down there? Anyways, but Theon Greyjoy, I assume it's Theon. If it's some crazy, Taeon or whatever, I'm sorry. But, so, she was like, oh, I feel really bad for Theon. And I was like, I don't. He's an asshole. But, so I guess there was kind of a difference in the way that character was not portrayed, but, what parts of the story they showed. You know what I mean? So, long story short, if you watch that show, I do really recommend the books. They're very well written. They're just really good. So that, I would say that's my favorite book right now, I suppose. Favorite YouTubers. That's fun. So I kind of go through, I'm sure most people do this, but I kind of go through stages of, I'll watch a couple of YouTubers in particular, really heavily, and then kind of not for a while. So overall, I don't know. So I like Game Grumps, but that's one of the channels I haven't watched in a while. I like, let's see, what have I been watching lately? So I've been watching a lot of Achievement Hunter lately. Achievement Hunter / Let's Play. Their stuff's really good. In particular, I mainly just watch like certain Let's Plays and then the Off Topic podcast. That's a good podcast. If you're not looking for anything too serious, it's pretty funny. So, yeah, Achievement Hunter, Let's Play. It's like, I watch a decent variety, so I also enjoy kind of casual YouTubers, almost similar to like what I'm doing. I'm just hanging out and building Legos. I like Quickened. Steph Sanyati, she's a really great YouTuber. In particular, she talks about like transgender issues, and even though I'm not trans, I still really enjoy a lot of her content. She's really cool. Can I just say that I don't like the Lego pieces that go onto a single circle, because you have to like make sure they are squared up. You can like, they have a little bit of room to swivel, and that's kind of annoying, but whatever. I didn't list too many favorite YouTubers. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble thinking of them off the top of my head. But yeah, I watch a lot of Quickened and Achievement Hunter and Let's Play. The H3 podcast I also enjoy. I haven't actually watched too many like H3 videos recently, because it feels like content he's already done. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but a lot of the stuff that they've put on H3 lately is stuff that they already did on their other channel, Ethan and Gila, which is fine. Like, if I think Ethan and Gila is their smaller channel, so maybe less people have seen it, but you know, it's kind of repetitive for me, so I haven't watched any of their stuff on just H3 videos for a while. But yeah, those are some of my favorites, I think. Let's see, favorite movie. Oh boy. So I feel bad because they keep being, oh, it's raining. Is it? Like literally right where, so my phone is like on this, like a tripod thingy, like an arm, but it's hooked to my windowsill. So just behind you is just the window, and it's raining. And as an Arizona baby, I love rain. So that's exciting. Anyways, oh yeah, okay, favorite movie. Once again, I don't think I have a favorite movie, but careful, Ted. Okay. Once again, I don't think I have a favorite movie. I tend to just enjoy, you know, be really excited about ones that I've seen. Gosh, there was you know how there's like those things on the internet where it's like there was a thing recently where the premise was like 5 movies that describe you as a person or whatever, and I knew like 5 off the bat for Garrett, but I didn't really know for myself. And then Garrett, ooh, these rattle. What's in these? That's interesting. So Garrett came up with mine, but I don't know what they are. Let me just think of movies. I'm one of those people where I like accidentally haven't seen a lot of movies. Ooh, it's really starting to come down. So there's a lot of movies that I accidentally haven't seen and then have seen recently. So for example, I never saw any of the Star Wars until Garrett showed me them. And I'm glad he did because they're really good. Oh, Lord of the Rings is really good. I like Lord of the Rings. That's another one that he showed me that I had not seen before. Just because mainly because my dad wasn't really like into sci-fi, because he would have been the person to show me that kind of thing, or sci-fi like fantasy, because Lord of the Rings is fantasy, but my dad really wasn't that into that kind of movie, so he would have showed me those, but he didn't, so that's why I didn't see them. So I really, really enjoy Quentin Tarantino as a director. His stuff is great. Inglourious Bastards is a really good movie. What else? Pulp Fiction is a really good movie. I have like a weird taste in movies where I like stuff like that. Oh, The Revenant is really good. I love The Revenant. Also, I love The Grey, which I would describe... The Revenant is The Grey enhanced. Do you know what I mean? They have a similar movie feel. I really enjoy both of those. So I don't know if you can tell, but I like action movie. I don't know. They're not action though. I wouldn't say that The Revenant is an action movie, but there is action that happens. It's like I haven't seen Fast and Furious or whatever, any of those, or like what's the one where they, I don't know, is it The Expendables? I don't know. I haven't seen stuff like that. I'm not really into that kind of thing, but I do enjoy kind of action, if that makes sense. Django Unchained is good, another Quentin Tarantino, and I guess you could say it's action. I don't know. Tell me what you think. What are your favorite movies? Tell me down below. What are your favorite movies? I like a lot of different ones. Oh, but then I still enjoy, like, you know, ones that are totally not like that. So it's like I love Pulp Fiction and stuff, but then I also love like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, like those Studio Ghibli movies, stuff like that. So, sorry, Tetra's buffing at something. She doesn't like noises, heaven forbid a noise happens. Okay, do you speak any languages? How well? Yes. Stop! No buffing! I don't know what she's barking at. I always call it buffing when she does, it's like a quiet, like, buff. Do you know what I mean? She's buffing over there. Ooh. So, hold on. Where did these go? Right here? Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Languages. So back to how I said that I'm majoring in East Asia Studies. I'm in a minor in Korean. So I can speak Korean, but I'm still learning, not very well. I'm still at like a fairly beginner level in terms of speaking. I can read it very well. The alphabet was actually really easy to learn if you want to learn an Asian language, but you're scared of the fact that it's not like a Romanized alphabet. Korean, in my opinion, is the easiest because it is essential. It is an alphabet, kind of like how for us it's like A, B, C, and like that's what they are. Where, you know, with Chinese, there's like the character memorization, and they can mean different things depending on what other characters they're put with and stuff like that. Where with Korean, it is an alphabet. So it's easier to read, I suppose, because, you know, one letter is that letter, and it doesn't, which I would argue it's easier than English, because you know how in English, like, the letter A can be A, or it can be a, or it can be like, depending, like I'm Rachel and I have an A, and then there's Tetra and she has an A, but it's like an A. Where the Korean alphabet, like, their letter A, is always that's the sound it is always, it doesn't change. Where English letters change the sound depending on the word. Anyways, so I'm learning Korean. I'm not, like I said, I'm not super proficient yet, but I want to be fluent. I've really enjoyed learning it, and And I'm partially self-taught, partially not. And it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And how would you describe your fashion sense? So, I don't know that, we have moving parts, folks. I think. Yeah? This can move, I guess. It can, like, I don't know if you can see. Whatever. Anyways, how would I describe my fashion sense? So, I'm wearing white right now, which I literally never wear white. This is the only white shirt I have. But it's like, you know, it's like a merch shirt, so that's why. It's Achievement Hunter. I was talking about them. But, so, I usually wear black. I'm still kind of like a t-shirts person, but then I also like dressing up. I have dresses and stuff. But one thing I guess that is funny is the other day we were somewhere and sorry and Garrett was like and it was a compliment. Garrett was like, "Ooh, you look like a punk bitch," and I was like, "Really?" And so that's how I would describe it, is I want to look like a punk bitch in a good way. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So it's like, I guess you could call it kind of alternative, but I'm not super alternative, you know? Ooh, okay, now we put this on here somewhere. Now let me see, how does this work? I think that's where it goes. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we've got a bigger little guy going on now. Put those two pieces together, and now we're gonna put more pieces. Anyways, so yeah, I talked about fashion sense. That's all of the like get to know me questions. So maybe I will take a little lunch break. And maybe I'll just like split this up into 2 videos, and this will be the first little Lego vlog, and then when I come back I will make that part 2 building a Lego vlog. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you like this little idea. I'm sure that there's other people who have done this. I didn't do my YouTube research to see if other people have done little like Lego kind of vlogs, but that's okay. I mean, you know, there's no such thing as an original idea anymore. Anyways, so let me know if you enjoyed hanging out, and you know, leave a comment if you liked this, and thank you. Bye, see you next time.